Hi, welcome to Chaotic Casuals. My name is Jose, and today I'm going to be sort of reviewing Trinity Fusion. And this review's been kind of a long time coming. As you can see in the thumbnail, it says that it says I couldn't finish it. And the truth of the matter is, I couldn't finish it because it was like particularly hard, and I just couldn't do it. I honestly just couldn't get myself to finish the game because I didn't want to keep playing it. I had fun for maybe the first few hours, but that wore off like fairly quickly. The gameplay loop just wasn't enough to keep me engaged enough to do it over and over and over again, and which is obviously what you need, and for games like roguelites. And I won't, to put some context to, I'm not like a super roguelite guy. In fact, I've never actually beat one. I've played Hades, and Hades is like an amazing game, and I didn't stop playing for any of that reason. I have a bad habit of like just playing a bunch of games at the same time, and every now and then there'll be like a particular game that will just completely take my attention and put it towards it. But with this roguelike, I had every intentions on finishing the game. That's what I was going to do. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Now, to put things into context, I did some research on the company. The game's developed by Angry Mob Games. And they're, from what I understand, according to their Discord, that they were like a team of 4. So that really puts into context like the development behind it. It wasn't like some like AAA studio that kind of half-assed something. I genuinely believe they try to put out a really good game, and they feel passionate about it. You can see like they're they're engaged with their people who play that in their Discord, and putting updates, and you really do get a sense that they do care about their games. This is only their second console release, or multi-console, because it's like out on PC, Xbox, Switch, and I'm reviewing it on the PlayStation 5. And the only other console game that they have was a game called Brawlout, which at the time it was it's basically Brawlout's another like Super Smash Brothers clone, but at the time this is before Super Smash Brothers came out on the Switch. So you had, I think the last Super Smash Brothers that came out when Brawlout came was the Wii U. So, and that was met with like I guess some success. The reviews were basically saying that it will hold you off if you really need to play a game like that. And their niche was, I think, like indie games, because like it has the dude from like Guacamole, you know what I'm talking about? Well, maybe not. Guacamole something. I should probably look that up. But anyway, I digress. It was like indie characters, and what I found out about this game too is that the combat is actually taken from that. So just a piece of information there. The combat's fine. I don't see anything glaringly wrong with it. Some of the weapons look really cool. Like I like that acid sword. That there's like an acid sword that has like a really neat look. But every time I died to start all over, it didn't feel good. If you played Hades, when you died and you're back in hell, like at the beginning, the world around you feels like a real world. Right, you talk to different NPCs and their dialogues change. Like if you fight a boss and then you kill the boss, but then you died by like the third one or whatever, you'd come back and you guys be talking about it. And when you walked around and you see the NPCs, it genuinely felt like someplace that was alive. That is not the case with this game. When you die and you go back to your main hub area, it does feel like just a bunch of mannequins standing around. Like when the dialogue, when you're talking to the NPCs too, there's no facial animations. From what I understand, it's like super hard to do. So to have that in like an indie game, especially if a game of 4, it's almost kind of like asking a lot. It's so like that I can kind of like forgive in general. You can technically just pretend that people are talking telepathically. The dialogue itself is actually quite cheesy, which is something else I really don't mind in a game. It had like very anime-esque dialogue, and you can kind of just picture that, fitting in that medium. So what's wrong with the game? Okay, I mentioned that the core gameplay loop is just kind of boring, and I mean, that's kind of a big thing because there's no incentive to keep on playing it. Like if I'm playing it and I'm just not having fun, it's not like the story was grabbing me. The story's pretty simple. You know, there's these people, they multiverse stuff. You know, I mean, I'm just not gonna get into it. It's not that important. It doesn't have to be. It's just, yeah. So, like I said, I had originally planned to review it and, like, you know, put some more, like I had a script and everything that was kind of messy. It wasn't like put together yet. It was like I didn't really have a final draft, and I kind of put it off. I ended up making like 2 other videos since then, and I'm back here because I'm just like, I didn't want it to be for nothing, you know, and I did want to talk about the game, but I also didn't want to just like shit on it for like 5 minutes either. So there's a lot of things to like about the game. Like I honestly, like I mentioned the graphics. Did I mention the graphics? The graphics are fine, honestly. Like I've seen worse, but that doesn't really matter in a game like this. You know, you can have pixel art and still look good, and still, you know, still be able to enjoy it. I just honestly think that this game, the main problem is that you fight, die, and you do it over and over again, and after a while it just becomes boring. And the grind to get, I mean, you can get more powerful, right? And as you become more powerful, you kind of get farther into the stages, but the grind didn't feel that much fun either. Like I was just playing recently, you know, Elden Ring. I had made a video the other day, and that, like, to grind up and level up, let's say you're not very good at the game, so you want to level up a little bit so enemies become, you know, weaker compared to you, and that was just a lot of fun in itself. Like that core gameplay loop is it's just amazing. Now I'm not expecting this game to be like Elden Ring or Hades for that matter, especially when you have a team of 4 people, but that doesn't change the fact that they're charging $20 for this game, and I don't think it's worth it. And that they also have like a for $30 you can have like all the characters unlocked from the start. So let me mention that too. You start off with one character, one version of yourself, and as you progress and you go through the levels, you eventually unlock the other characters who have different powers and abilities. And I played this only enough to play one other character, and then I kind of just checked out. In fact, I was checked out before I even got to that point, but I kept trying to go back to this game to play it. And so basically, if you want to unlock those characters from the beginning, you can do that for just $10. And honestly, I don't really like that in video games. I don't like that trend. I mean, I can understand where, like, maybe a small game company is trying to make money where they can, especially if you're such a small studio, but then make it, I don't know how to, you just make it worth that much money. And honestly, I don't really think this game is worth the $20 price tag. Now, up until Brawlout, the game company Angry Mob Games were just doing mobile games, and they did, like, you know, Alien vs Predator and you know, just a couple other stuff. And it makes a lot of sense because this game does feel like a mobile game, and I honestly think this would probably fare better as a mobile game, because I don't see you like just taking a time dedicating it to play it. I mean, if they made this into a mobile game and just like brought down like the difficulty, so the, you know, you don't have to grind so bad to get more powerful, it would definitely seem more worth it. And maybe cut the price in half, like at $10. And even honestly, to tell you the truth, I think $10 might be too much, but at the same time, like, I don't know anything like about pricing and marketing. I just know I'm a consumer, and I wouldn't be happy with my purchase spending $10 on this. So perhaps $5. Like if I spent $5, that seems like, especially in a mobile front, I feel like you have like a bigger audience. Not everybody has a console, but everybody has a cell phone, right? So we have a broader audience, and someone who just like plays mobile games and they don't have a PlayStation, they don't have a PC, they don't have a Switch, they still have access to that. So I think with such a wider audience, that charging maybe something smaller, if someone looks at it and they're curious on the game, right, and they see it's $5, that's less of an investment than paying like $10 or $20. I mean, technically $10 will only buy you like a meal at Chick-fil-A. But when it comes to things that we play, it's just, I don't know, you also get to eat. Everybody has to eat. But maybe you don't buy Chick-fil-A either, and you'll still feel bad about it. I know I do. Like, I'll go to Whataburger, and, you know, for 2 other people, so 3 of us all together, and it'll come out to like $35, $40, and I never feel good about it. To tell you the truth, I don't know why I keep doing it, because Whataburger is delicious. But it's not something I would do every day. I mean, you shouldn't eat fast food anyway. But I'm getting off topic. Back to the game itself. So, would I recommend this game? No, I wouldn't. I honestly think that if it came out on mobile, I would have people check it out for a smaller price tag. But when there's so many other better options in the market right now, there's just no reason to really play this game. So if you're curious, fine. Maybe you'll like the idea of like, oh, well, by buying this game, I'm supporting a small team. And that in itself can be rewarding, you know, especially with a team that like you can really feel like they try to make the best game they could. And seeing how their trend when they came from mobile games, you do see that. You know, you do see the effort. And I don't feel like gypped by them. Like, let's say it was the Golem game came out last year. And that was like you know, obviously the Lord of the Rings license has like more money behind it. But that was obviously ripping people off, right? It was a terrible game. They knew it was going to be a terrible game. But this doesn't feel like that's what their intentions were. It does feel like their intentions were to make a great game. And I don't feel it's anywhere near close to that. But I don't feel ripped off by the developer either. I just would have rather spent my money somewhere else. But at the same time, there are worse places to spend money. So yeah, that's just my review of the game. I played it on the PlayStation 5. And maybe if it's on sale, you know, like there's a lot of sales. You see them for like $5-10. You know, you want to give it a try if you wanted to try something else. But if you're really itching for a roguelike, I would probably look somewhere else. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening and have a great day. Oh, if you've played this game before, or if you can think of other roguelike games, I'd like to hear from you and talk about it with you in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, you could hit like and subscribe. This was unscripted, obviously from all the uhs and ums that I was talking about. But you see, I just did it again. But yeah, so tell me what you think about it. All right, and have a great day again.